Hello, I'm Dave Davis, and I'm with MEDIANA. Today I'm going to be showing you the MEDIANA YM1000 vital signs monitor. This monitor is the easiest monitor to use on the market. It's a one-button push operation. It also has big, bright LEDs that you can see from across the room. It has a 10-hour battery life, so you don't have to plug it in the room every time you go in to do a blood pressure. It comes with the capabilities of non-invasive blood pressure and heart rate, with SpO2, with quick temperature, and with a recorder. MEDIANA as a corporation has been around since the early 1990s. They have received many awards for engineering and manufacturing excellence. They've been working behind the scenes as an OEM partner for many major medical manufacturers around the world. So you may have actually seen or used their product but not realized that MEDIANA was making this product. Well, now MEDIANA is bringing the product out under their own name, and they've built all of the best technology into this monitor that I'm going to show you today. Now I'm going to go over the features and benefits of the YM1000 monitor. First, we'll start with the display. As you can see here, it's got big, bright numbers. We've got our systolic, diastolic, mean, interval, heart rate, SpO2, temperature, and then I have a clock display. It's very simple to use. The monitor is set up to be a one-button push operation. Basically, to turn on the power, I press the blue button here. To start or stop a blood pressure, I press the green button. To silence an alarm, press the yellow button. To make a change in value, I use the plus or minus button. Then across the bottom, we've got the display screen, which allows me to go in and change the setup of the monitor. I have my arrow back button, which is my review button that gives me the capabilities to go back and see any of the vital signs that I've taken on my patients. I have the interval button that gives me the ability to change my interval from a stat blood pressure all the way up to a 4-hour interval on non-invasive blood pressure. I have my alarm button that allows me to go in and change the alarm parameters, and I have my print button. And I can press print, and it can be set up so that it prints every time it does a blood pressure, or we can wait till the end and we can print them out all at once. The operation of the MEDIANA YM1000 vital signs monitor is real simple to use. Turn on the power, I press the blue button and hold it in. The monitor comes on and it goes through a self-check.
Now to begin non-invasive blood pressure monitoring, first we apply a blood pressure cuff to the patient's arm.
We want to make sure that the cuff is the right size, and we're looking to make sure that it's in the right cuff range between the minimum and the maximum. Now we can see in the mean window that the numbers are falling down. We are able to use this like a digital manometer on the wall. So now if I take a stethoscope and I place it underneath the patient's cuff, I can listen to the sounds and watch these numbers fall in front of me, and I can hear what the monitor got the same time the monitor is taking a blood pressure. The interval button, let's say I want to change the interval to every 5 minutes. I just press it. When I get to 5, I leave it. After about 3 seconds, it automatically initiates that interval, and it stays on the 5-minute interval until I press the green button again. When it goes into the interval mode, the clock here starts a countdown, so that it automatically tells you when it's going to cycle another blood pressure. The next parameter we're going to hook up is pulse oximetry. So I'm going to use my reusable pulse ox sensor. This is the Nellcor Oximax technology. The best place to get a reading on your patient is your middle finger of your left hand. So we apply the probe. Monitor does a pulse search here, and then the SpO2 comes up. Now I get a continuous heart rate on the display, where before when I was just doing blood pressure, I got a one-time heart rate, And now it's continuous based on the pulse. So the third parameter I'm going to use on the patient is the temperature probe. So I pull the temperature probe out of the probe holder and I place it into a probe cover here, press in tight, and come out, and then I put it into the patient's mouth. As soon as we get it there, it starts doing a reading, and very quickly we'll get a temperature on the display. Now we take the temperature probe from the patient's mouth, and then I shoot the probe cover into the trash. I replace the temperature probe back into the probe. It's all very simple to use. The review button, the arrow back button, if I press this, it goes back in time and it shows me all of the readings that I've taken on a patient. As I go into these readings and I decide I want to print them out, if I press the print button here, it then prints out my readings for me. It gives me the patient's name, the ID, the physician's name, and any comments I want to put on here. And again, this can be set up, it prints out every time I do a blood pressure, or I can do batch printing, and I can print them all at one time. To adjust the value of an alarm parameter, I touch the alarm. The first one that comes up is my systolic high. If I touch it again, systolic low. Diastolic high and low. And again, to adjust the values, I use the plus or the minus. To go to the next parameter, I touch the alarm again. Now I'm at my mean high and low, heart rate high and low, and then SpO2 high and low. I press it again and it brings me back to the main screen. Everything is simple about this monitor, including changing the paper. To change the paper, I open the release on the printer door, and it comes open. The roll sits on a little holder. I take out my old roll, put in my new roll, and I just shut it with the paper sticking out. One of the issues that clinicians may face with a vital signs monitor is battery life. It seems that when you buy a monitor, that when you first get it into the hospital, the battery life works pretty good. Well, undoubtedly at some point that monitor doesn't get plugged in, but the monitor is still turned on. So the monitor works on battery until it shuts itself down. The first time that happens with a lot of the technology on the market, it cuts the life expectancy of that battery in half. Each time it happens, it cuts it in half. So eventually the battery becomes useless in the monitor and you have to plug it into the wall every time you walk into the room. Well, with the MEDIANA YM1000 vital signs monitor, we have fixed that problem with the battery inside of our monitor. We use the nickel metal hydride battery, which gives you 10 hours of battery operation. This is the same type of battery that they're now using in the hybrid cars, and they also use in the space shuttle. It has a high power output, and it doesn't have the memory like a lot of the other batteries do when you discharge it. I will finish with an overview of the MEDIANA YM1000 vital signs monitor. Again, it's the easiest monitor to use on the market with one button push operation. It has big bright LEDs, you can see it from across the room. It has a nickel metal hydride battery with the best performance for hospital use. It has the linear bleed blood pressure technology that allows you to verify that the blood pressure readings are accurate. It has the Nellcor Oximax SpO2 technology, which works great with motion and pore perfusion. It has the quick temperature from Welch Allyn that allows you to obtain a temperature reading in around 3 seconds. All of these great features about the YM1000 vital signs monitor make this a great value for your hospital. We can save your hospital time and money by using our product. Thank you for viewing this, and have a great day.